Okay, guys, this is DJ Wolf Live, and I am on live right here in the studio here. I had to talk about this. I just got a report that just came out from the local news station here. I give the credit out to the Fox News station out here in the DMV. There was an anti-lynching bill that finally passed after 200 tries. Let me talk about it. This is DJ Wolf Live. All right, guys. If you hold on for just one moment, I actually have the article that I found about this bill. It didn't disappear on me. Okay, it says after over 200 tries, the Senate unanimously passed an anti-lynching bill. Yeah, they just passed it. It just passed. What's up, champ? That's my dog messing with me this morning. He wants to cozy up because it's cold, and I got a couple of things I got to do, so I had to do a special podcast this morning about this. I'm posting on my Twitter feed right now, if you hadn't seen it, to the link. So I want to let y'all know about that, but I'm going to read the article shortly. Here it goes. And this is from Splinter. All right. Actually, I might have to subscribe to them. Okay. It took over 200 attempts as well over 100 years. Okay. Now, this is 100 years after slavery, roughly. Or over 100 years after slavery. The Senate finally passed a bill. All right. This bill was actually passed yesterday. But passed a bill that makes lynching a federal crime under U.S. law. The bill is also known as Justice for Victims of Lynching Act of 2018. Was introduced by Senators Cory Booker, Kamala Harris, and Tim Scott, the three of just 10 blacks in the United States senators in history. Really? It's only 10 black United States senators in history? And unanimously passed by the Senate today. Okay? According to Kamala Harris, that's also on Twitter, says lynching is a dark and despicable act of our nation's history. We must acknowledge that fact lest we repeat it. And she thanks the colleagues for agreeing to unanimously pass our Justice for Victims of Lynching Act. For me personally, I'm surprised this was not already a law. Do you know that there were recorded of 4,745 lynchings in America between the years of 1882 and 1968? You know there was a lot more than that since then. There have been lynchings that's happened since 1968, right up to almost 2018. And the majority of people who were lynched, as far as I'm concerned, were blacks. You know, but this bill has been introduced before. Says three were introduced between 1922 and 1940, even passed by the House, but each time the Senate unshakably raced the Southern Democratic bloc, stifled any legislation making it its way to the president. So really, it goes to show you that this country is as racist as it ever has been, and for it to take 200 tries. 200 tries, mind you, to pass a bill that say that lynching is a federal crime. They didn't actually say what is considered a hate crime, because really that is a hate crime. If that ain't a hate crime, I don't know what is. See, let me go back to that article again, because I don't remember saying anything about being is considered a hate crime. What they said, it's a federal crime. Okay? A hate crime is considered a federal crime, but it should be under the hate crime laws as well. Actually, I guess it wouldn't be. It's a federal crime. That's the main thing. It passed. And it should have. But it was passed by the Senate. Now, of course, I don't know if it means it's going to go through the House or, let's see, hold on a second. Okay, yeah, here we go. According to this article again, it says, unfortunately, due to the time constraints of the current session of Congress, yeah, because Congress is about to let out for the holidays. The bill will most likely have to be reintroduced and passed in the Senate and House and Congress next session. See, there you go. A companion bill, H.R. 6086, is still sitting in committee over the House. And the House, of course, don't get sworn into January, which is predominantly Democratic. With a unanimous vote, it seems unlikely that the bill will fail to pass for a second time, but after well over a century, it really cannot come soon enough, and that's the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and anybody else is listening, my thing is, this bill should have been in effect long time ago. Anti-lynching should have been in effect long time ago. It's make no sense for people to just, go out there and nilly-willy do shit. And then one time, the law allowed this shit. It's the powers that be that has actually always dictated everything that's happened in this country. We've never really had to say so. We don't really have a say so now. If you think about it, we had a black president of the United States that served 2 terms. And he was kind of ineffective because of the fact that he had do-nothing Congress. Black people did not vote to enable the House and Senate to become overwhelmingly Democratic because it would have helped them out in a big way, and they didn't. They thought, we get a black president, that's it. We ain't got to do nothing else. That was it. Now, I will say that. But then again, Obama himself ineffectively didn't fight for the justice of African Americans. That's a known fact. He did not do it. All that he said about Trayvon Martin was, he by his son-in-law, that was it. Just a soundbite. Really? Oh, by the way, speaking of Obama, last night, Obama was in the hospital giving out gifts to kids. Nothing wrong with that. That's all well, good and true. Meanwhile, his wife is out there making waves. You know what I mean? His wife is out there making waves as we speak. She got a best-selling book. She's out there. She's part of the Me Too movement as far as I'm concerned. And that's all he ain't doing nothing else. He just sitting back at home as like a house husband or something. I don't know what's going on with him right now. But I don't know. I'm just things I think he could have done as president, or at least made, put out there, made statements or something like that. But, just things that he didn't do that I thought he was going to do as president, and he didn't. I'll leave it at that. But one thing he never talked about was helping to push an anti-lynching bill. I never heard Obama ever talk about that. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. Never ever heard him talk about it. But I will also say in former President Obama's defense, the media never really recognized him as a president. They just call him by his last name, Obama. Obama. When they talk about Trump, they refer to him as President Trump or president. When they talked about Obama's president, they just talked about him as just Obama. This media is so fucking biased. I'm going to tell you, as long as I have a channel called Far to Here, it's going to be there. And I'm going to report on the bullshit that's out here. And you know what? I'm going to keep on doing it. All right. On a side note, guys, I'm working on trying to get an animation, my animation side of the game on. This is something I've been wanting to do for a very long time. I've talked about it before in previous podcasts, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to look to take an animation studio course as well. I'm going to try to do some of it on my own. I'm try to do some of it by taking a couple of courses on top of it, because I am very, very serious about this. For me personally, animation can define your creativity better than anything else. Anything else and everything else. And I could say it honestly. It's one of my, hey, boo-boo, it's my dog here. He's a basis for why I want to do animation. He's an inspiration, my dog, Champ. I love this little dude. Hey, that's my dog, boo-boo. That's my boo-boo. But anyway, what I'm saying is, that animation can define your stand on a lot of different issues. It's one of the reasons why I'm desperate to do it. Yes, I want to do some comical stuff. I want to do some family stuff on it. I have a movie. I mean, well, not a movie. I don't even have a script. I have an idea for a documentary style type of animation movie that I want to do, like a mini movie about domestic violence. I'm desperate to do it. I got to do it, man. See, people don't know, man. You know, when you have ideas, you know, our ideas as African Americans in terms of the kind of movies and stuff that we want to do have always been put in the back burner because the white people go, oh, it don't sell, don't do this, don't do that. Man, fuck that. It will do it. We got to make it do it. We got to make it do what it do. And I'm determined to do this. I really am, by hook or by crook. Because this is on my bucket list. Real talk. This is one or two things I desperately am going to do on my bucket list. I've done the music thing. I know how to do it. I mean, there's still other things in the music I want to do on a fuller scale. But right now, I'm good. The one thing that I haven't really conquered that well that I want to conquer for certain is animation. You know, and that's why both the animation and music is important for me. And by animation, you can take it a long way. You can do a lot of different things with it. But like I said, one thing I want to do like a family style show, religious show. And I have one in mind, a really good one, and you know that I'm thinking about already. I have like I said, I want to do like this mini movie about domestic violence, and I want to do like a little comedy show featuring my dog and myself. Now, with that in mind, all I'm gonna say is, guys, when you have a hobby or something that you really want to get into, that you think that this is something that you want to do, especially guys my age, you know, go out there and pursue it, you know. But the thing of it is, learn the fundamentals about it. That's the thing that I'm going to do. Character development and story. That's true. Character development and story development. Those are two things I'm going to learn. I bought a book. I just recently got a book that I got on Amazon from a guy who was the director of animation for the feature film Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And the book is a fascinating book. It shows details about sketches, storyboards, character development, all of that. And if you're interested in learning about or animation in terms of the book, I can just let me know and I'll send you the information on the book and where to get it and all that. It's a thick book. I was surprised. Now they charge various prices for that book. I got it new for $18. So, and it's a really thick book. It's a lot to read. I'm also going to be using Anime Studio. The previous version before it became, I forgot the name of it. It starts with an M. But if you know it's a Micro Smith or something like that. Well, Anime Studio Pro 11 was the last one I got, and they changed it. It's no longer, they don't call it Anime Studio Pro anymore. They call it something else. But it is a software. The software is under $200. For me personally, I recommend it. I've seen people on YouTube use it. It's a very simple thing to use, but it takes a lot of time to get used to it. It's not a very high learning curve, but it does take time trying to learn it. I know I used Toon Boom software before, and it took me about probably a couple of weeks, about 2 weeks to figure that out, to do a 10-second video. So it takes time learning. That's the only thing about animation. It takes a lot of time. But you can get it done a little bit faster if you know how to do it and if you take the time to learn it. That's the main thing. You know. But for me, I want to do character development, storyline development before I go any further. Because that way I'll know what I want. There's a software that Toon Boom used to have called Storyboard. And I'm thinking about getting a copy of that from somewhere. But in any case, I'm going to try to do my thing, guys. And I'm going to suggest you all, If you have a hobby that you're interested in doing, man, and something you have a passion for, learn it. You know, that's what I'm going to do. You know, you can never. It's never too late to learn. That's one thing I can honestly say. It's never too late to learn anything. People say it is, but it's not. All right, guys, that's all I got right now. To be honest, that's all I have. This is DJ Wolf Live, and I'm out, guys. Y'all take care. I may do another podcast tomorrow. I may do another one today, but I'm definitely for certain going to do one tomorrow, I hope. All right, y'all take care. I'm out.